A very good afternoon to you. This is TV Sapienza on Star Times Tonight 260. Today is Thursday, the 21st of August 2025. My name is Joe Igbo. In our news headlines this afternoon, the Anambra State Governor, Professor Soludo, has dismissed 8 operatives of the Agunechemba security outfit for allegedly assaulting and stripping naked a female National Youth Service Corps NYSC member, Ms. Jennifer Elobor, in Oba, Idemili South local government area of the state. The African Democratic Congress, ADC, has expressed opposition to the proposed salary increase for political office holders, including the president and vice president. The death toll from Tuesday's dawn terror attack on worshippers in Katsina State has risen to 32. Main Power Electricity Distribution Company has rejected the tariff order slashing Band A tariff from 209 naira per kilowatt hour to 160 naira per kilowatt hour in Enugu State. Now the details of the news. The Anambra State Governor Soludo has dismissed 8 operatives of the Agunechemba security outfit for allegedly assaulting and stripping naked a female National Youth Service Corps NYSC member, Ms. Jennifer Elobor, in Oba, Idemili South local government area of the state. Announcing the decision in Oka, the governor's special advisor on community security, Ken Emakai, said the attack was condemnable and outside the mandate of the agency. He said the Anambra State government will not tolerate any form of brutality or abuse of office by security operatives, adding that any officer found guilty of misconduct will face immediate dismissal and prosecution. Emakai, who said the dismissed operatives will be handed over to the police for prosecution, further revealed that the state government had settled the medical bills of the victim, replacing her damaged belongings and issuing a formal apology to her family, the NYSC, and the general public. The National Youth Service Corps NYSC has condemned the assault of a female corps member by operatives of the Anambra State Vigilante group in Oba, Idemili South local government area of Anambra State. In a statement by the Acting Director of Information and Public Relations, Caroline Embu, NYSC management described the incident as unacceptable and dehumanizing. The NYSC expressed confidence in the ongoing investigation by the Nigeria Police Force to uncover what transpired and secure justice for the corps member and any other affected parties. The scheme further disclosed that it had begun administrative measures to help the victim cope with the psychological and emotional trauma caused by the incident. Meanwhile, the Nigeria Bar Association (NBA) says the brutal assault on Ms. Jennifer Elobor, a National Youth Service Corps NYSC member serving in Anambra State, is a direct violation of her dignity and fundamental human rights. NBA President Mazi Afamosi Wesan, in a statement, said nobody, whether suspected of an offense or entirely innocent, deserves to be subjected to such barbaric treatment. Osigwe said the perpetrators must be promptly and diligently prosecuted in accordance with the law. The NBA also called for comprehensive training and reorientation of security operatives and urged authorities to embed respect for human rights, professionalism, and restraints in their conduct. The association directed its Anambra State branches and the National Litigation Committee to closely monitor the case to ensure justice for Ms. Elobor. The Anambra State House of Assembly has summoned the member representing Ayamelum constituency, Mr. Bernard Udemezwe, over what lawmakers described as damaging content he shared on social media. The resolution was passed after a motion of urgent public importance raised by Mr. Tony Mobike, representing Agwata constituency 2, during plenary in Oka. Lawmakers argued that Udemezwe's recent social media posts not only tarnished the image of the assembly but also posed potential security risks. The Speaker, Dr. Somtochukwu Udeze, referred the matter to the House Committee on Rules, Business, Ethics and Privileges, mandating it to submit its report next Tuesday. Reacting to the development, Mr. Udemezwe disclosed that constituency allowances, formerly 7.5 million naira, had recently been increased to 10 million naira quarterly, According to him, his colleagues were after him because they did not want their constituents to know what lawmakers receive. He further accused them of underperforming, particularly in oversight of the executive, citing alleged abuse by Udogachi security operatives established by Governor Soludo's administration. The African Democratic Congress, ADC, has expressed opposition to the proposed salary increase for political office holders. The party described the move as an affront to most Nigerians who struggle daily to survive. A statement by its National Publicity Secretary, Malam Bolaji Abdullahi, condemned the plan by the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission to increase the salaries of political office holders, including the President, Vice President, Senate President, governors, and other top officials. Abdullahi said proposing such a review at a time millions of Nigerians are struggling with soaring food inflation, high cost of fuel, and inadequate and largely unpaid minimum wage would indicate a total disregard for the people. The ADC demanded an immediate suspension of the plan, saying that government should focus on improving the lives of the people rather than improving the salaries of the president and other political office holders who already live in obscene affluence. You are watching TV Sapientia on Star Times Channel 260. The news continues shortly after this timer. Please don't go away. Welcome back to the rest of the Sapientia News Bulletin at 1 p.m. My name is Joe Igbo. The death toll from Tuesday's dawn terror attack on worshippers at Unguwan Mantau community in Malumfashi local government area of Katsina State has risen to 32. The assailants, identified as bandits, stormed the community mosque at about 5 a.m. while residents were observing morning prayers. They opened fire on the worshippers in what officials described as a reprisal attack. Earlier reports had put the number of dead at 13. However, during a condolence visit to the community yesterday by a state government delegation, it was confirmed that 32 people had lost their lives, while an unverified number of residents were abducted. Some of the kidnapped victims were later rescued following a swift airstrike by the Nigerian Air Force, which disrupted the attackers' movement. Others scattered in the ensuing confusion and are now receiving treatment in hospitals. The State Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Dr. Nasir Mwazu, said the incident followed a confrontation days earlier when residents of Ruwansani village ambushed bandits, killed several of them, rescued kidnapped victims, and seized weapons and motorcycles. The Edo State House of Assembly has confirmed 8 additional commissioner nominees sent by Governor Monday Okpebholo. The confirmation followed the presentation of a report by the House Committee on Rules, Business and Government House. Presenting the report, House Speaker Blessing Abubaku said all the nominees were indigenes of the state, competent and qualified to serve. Abubaku charged the new commissioners to be proactive and work in synergy with the governor to ensure that Edo State moves forward. The speaker, however, expressed concern over the gender imbalance in the list, noting that only one of the 8 nominees was female. After deliberations, the lawmakers, through a voice vote, unanimously confirmed the nominees. Operatives of the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, have arrested 8 persons suspected to be members of the notorious human trafficking syndicate operating between Nigeria and Ghana. The operatives also rescued 29 suspects, most of whom are foreign nationals of some West African countries, during an operation. The press officer at NAPTIP, Vincent Adekoye, disclosed this in a press statement yesterday. Adekoye noted that the operation was carried out at a popular apartment located in the hidden part of Gwagwalada, a suburb of Abuja. The latest development came barely a few days after the agency disrupted another trafficking arrangement in Abuja and rescued 25 women en route to Saudi Arabia for domestic exploitation. NAPTIP said 29 victims were rescued, comprising 20 females aged between 17 and 28, and 9 males aged between 18 and 30. Main Power Electricity Distribution Company has filed a formal petition before the Enugu Electricity Regulatory Commission (EERC), rejecting the tariff order slashing Band A tariff from 209 naira per kilowatt hour to 160 naira per kilowatt hour. The petition is a fallout of the tariff reduction order by the EERC, which took effect from August 1, 2025. The EERC had, in the said order, reduced the tariff for Band A customers from 209 naira per kilowatt hour to 160 naira per kilowatt hour, while freezing tariffs for Band C and B, generating controversies in the power sector. In a statement yesterday, Main Power said it had now approached the Enugu Commission seeking an immediate suspension of the order pending the hearing and determination of its petition. The petition, supported with a 4-paragraph affidavit, was signed by the Managing Director / Chief Executive Officer of Main Power Electricity Distribution Limited, Ernest Mupwaya. It is expressly asking for a review of the order to avoid loss of revenue due to the downward review of the tariff. However, it disclosed that it never came to an agreement with the respondent on certain key parameters with a huge sensitivity effect, saying both parties only planned to reach an agreement or hold a formal hearing as provided in Schedule 1 of the methodology of tariff. To end the Sapientia TV news at 1 p.m., a recap of the major headlines. The Anambra State Governor, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, has dismissed 8 operatives of the Agunechemba security outfit for allegedly assaulting and stripping naked a female National Youth Service Corps or NYSC member, Ms. Jennifer Elobor, in Oba, Idemili South local government area of the state. The African Democratic Congress (ADC) has expressed opposition to the proposed salary increase for political office holders, including the President, Vice President, Senate President, Governor, and Governors. The death toll from Tuesday's dawn terror attack on worshippers in Katsina State has risen to 32. And finally, Main Power Electricity Distribution Company has rejected the tariff order slashing Band A tariff from 209 naira per kilowatt hour to 160 naira per kilowatt hour in Enugu State. That was the Sapientia TV news at 1 p.m. On behalf of the editorial and technical crew, I am Joe Igbo. Good afternoon and thanks for choosing TV Sapientia.